Hey, what's good, everybody? We finna get ready to get started. Let me send this text message real quick. All right. Do this. All right. Put my phone in charge. All right. Let's get started. So, welcome to the live stream, guys. It's been a minute. Well, it ain't been that long. It's been like maybe a few weeks, but we here. We here, man. We here. I finally got some time to do a live stream. I've been wanting to do one, but I just been busy, very busy. But we here. We got time to talk now. So let's get ready to discuss what is going on in the world of the NBA. Kawhi and the Clippers in trouble. Mm, mm, mm. They're in trouble for a scandal. Trouble for a scandal. So let's briefly talk about it, and we're going to read this article. So there's a report out here that Kawhi Leonard has been getting paid $28 million do nothing job for a fraudulent plant company that is funded by Steve Ballmer. So the word on the street is Steve Ballmer is under the table paying him extra money with a fake endorsement, a sneaky way to go around the salary cap. So they're using fake endorsement deals to go around the salary cap to pay him extra money. If that is true, but let's read about it. So Pablo Torres, the person who reported on this entire situation, if he is accurate, and that's what Sport Illustration is saying, let's assume for a moment that every word of Pablo Torres reporting on the Clipper is accurate. Let's assume, if it were to be accurate, that the team facilitated a no-show endorsement deal with now bankrupt tree planting company that had put $7 million a year in Kawhi Leonard's pocket, effectively circumventing the salary cap, going around it. Then Steve Ballmer and the Clippers owner and everyone in the upper levels of team management are in a world of trouble. If this is true, you, sir, Steve Ballmer, Clipper organization, you're in trouble. You are in trouble, man, because the NBA is coming for you. The NBA is going to come for you for that one. This is a huge deal, texts the Eastern Conference executive. Added a Western Conference general manager. Bad for them, very bad. The NBA will be pissed about this. If it's true, the punishment will be worse than what happened in Minnesota with Joe Smith. That's the case. The NBA high profile, for now, of salary cap circumvention dates back more than a quarter century. In 1999, Smith, the number one pick in the 95 NBA draft, signed a one-year, $1.75 million deal with the Minnesota. At the time, it was stunning. Smith had rejected an $80 million extension with Golden State a year earlier. Later, it became clear why. The Timberwolves had an under-the-table agreement with Smith to sign to a series of one-year deals at short money that would allow Minnesota to obtain Smith bird rights, which give a team the right to exceed the salary cap to sign the player. And at the end of the third deal, the Wolves signed Smith to an $86 million contract. In 2000, the NBA caught wind of the agreement, and the punishment was severe. The league docked Minnesota for 5 first-round draft picks. One was later restored. It avoided Smith's contract. Timberwolves owner Glenn Taylor was suspended for a year. Kevin McHale, the VP of basketball operations, took a leave of absence for the season. The Clipper alleged antics with Leonard are equally sneaky. If you haven't seen Torres' report, It's well worth the watch. It is. If you haven't seen Tory's video, go watch it. Go watch it. He talked a good little bit about it. It's interesting what he said. But to summarize, in 2022, Leonard agreed to an endorsement deal with Aspiration, a company with a preparatory aim to reduce carbon footprints, on one financial backed by Ballmer, who, according to documents, wired $50 million to it in 21. Leonard would be paid $28 million for his services. Tory reported through a subsidiary named KL2 Aspiration LLC, and this happened a year after Leonard agreed to a team-friendly 4-year, $176 million deal to stay with the Clippers. Leonard, Tory reported, provided no services to Aspiration, no commercial appearances, no autograph signings, no social media endorsements, nothing. Reading into the contract, in fact, was language that said Leonard didn't have to do anything if they asked didn't line up with his belief. If this rings familiar, it should. In 2019, The Athletic reported the NBA investigated allegation that during Leonard free agency, Denver Roberson, Leonard's uncle, who had served as his de facto representative throughout his pro career, had been asking teams for impermissible benefits. The investigation turned up nothing, but it came with a warning from the Olympic Tower: follow the rules or face the consequences. If it's proven the Clippers found a backdoor to pay Leonard more money, what would the consequences be? We are aware of this morning media reporting regarding the LA Clippers, NBA spokesman Mike Bass told Sports Illustrated, and are commencing an investigation. In a statement, the Clippers said neither Mr. Ballmer nor the Clippers circumvented the salary cap or engaged in misconduct related to Aspirations. Any contrary assertions is probable false. The team ended its relationship with Aspiration years ago during the 22-23 season. When Aspiration defaulted on its obligations, neither the Clippers nor Mr. Ballmer was aware of improper activity by Aspiration or its co-founder until after the government instituted its investigation. The team and Mr. Ballmer stand ready to assist law enforcement in any way they can. The NBA officials are furious about these allegations, and a source familiar with the league official told Sport Illustrated the NBA spent years of policy tampering, and most infractions are minor and many have handled with a slap on the wrist. In 2017, the NBA fined the Lakers $500,000 for unauthorized contact with Paul George. So we're gonna start right there. That's enough. That's enough. We get the gist. So it's out there that Steve Ballmer and the Clippers found a backdoor way to pay Kawhi Leonard more money. So this is a scandal like with money. So what's basically what Pablo Torre was trying to say is Kawhi Leonard was getting paid extra money under the table by doing nothing. This was a fake company that was created just to pay him more money. That is what Pablo Torre is saying. And I'm gonna say this: I don't know if it's true or not. If it is, I'm curious to see how much severity of a punishment will the Clippers face for this situation. I'm curious to see that part if it's true. The second thing. This must have been what they was trying to do. Something similar like this. If this is true, this probably is what Kawhi Leonard and his uncle was trying to do with the Lakers back then. If everyone remember, when Kawhi was in free agency back in 2019, the Lakers and Clippers were the two teams that was in the running to get him. And a report did come out, exactly what was mentioned in this article. Kawhi Leonard's uncle was asking for some crazy things out of the Lakers in order to get Kawhi. Some unreasonable things. And if that is the case, I would not be surprised if this situation is something similar to what they were probably asking. Because, wow, that's crazy. Kawhi Leonard was making millions for doing nothing for a fake company that was, who knows, maybe the company was real. Maybe this was a real company and Kawhi Leonard was just getting paid to do nothing. They just asked the company to, okay, let's do this. if this is the real company, maybe this is what happened. Steve Ballmer asked the company to do an endorsement deal with Kawhi Leonard and just tell him he don't got to do anything. Well, scratch it. Steve Ballmer asked this company to create an endorsement deal for Kawhi Leonard, and the money that they would pay Kawhi Leonard in this endorsement deal would not come from them, but come from Steve Ballmer himself. And that might be why he didn't have to do anything, because the money wasn't coming from them. So let's go off of it. So if this situation were to be true, that Kawhi Leonard was really getting paid under the table, behind around the salary cap, most likely, if this company is real or whatever, or fake, whatever, whatever this company is, whether it's real or not, if I had to guess how everything played out, Steve Ballmer was probably funding this company and using that money that was funded to pay Kawhi Leonard. That's why I'm thinking what probably happened. If this is true, most likely the money that company was using to pay Kawhi Leonard to do nothing pretty much was probably the money that Steve Ballmer was funding the company. They used his funded money to pay Kawhi. They didn't lose nothing because it wasn't their money. So that could be what happened. That could be. But it's hard to say, is that that true or not? We don't know. We just don't know. But I'm gonna assume if this is true, the Clippers gonna face some punishment. And if I had to guess it, the Clippers will probably lose draft picks. That's what I'm thinking was gonna happen. If you find them some money, that ain't no punishment. That's like a slap on the wrist to Steve Ballmer. That man rich. That ain't gonna do it. If you want to hurt the Clippers as a punishment, take their draft picks away. Take their next several first-round picks for the next 5 to 7 years. That'd have been a good punishment. If this is really true, that would be how you punish them. Because money ain't gonna do it. Fine ain't gonna do nothing to them. You gotta actually do something. So take their draft picks and probably give a suspension or something to Steve Ballmer and all of them. And then you might, if Kawhi Leonard knew about all this too, which he probably did, probably get him a fine and maybe a suspension or two in some games. That'd be a good way to punish him as well. But that's just what I would say do if this is true, because that's crazy, man. That they would be using a possibly fake or maybe real company just to fund Kawhi some extra money to get around the system. But I would not put this behind Kawhi Leonard and his uncle. Like, I can honestly see Kawhi Leonard and his uncle doing something like this, because, like I said, and like the article said, they was asking the Lakers for some unreasonable stuff. And I think they were doing the same thing with other teams too, including the Raptors back then. They was asking for some crazy stuff, some special treatment. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kawhi little uncle was like, "Hey, Steve Ballmer, pay my nephew extra money. I got an idea. You can pay my nephew extra money by funding that company over there, to have that company make up a fake endorsement deal to him, and you just fund the company, and they can pay him through the money you funded. Boom, around the business. You got around the cap." I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. It just sounds like something possible that Kawhi Leonard uncle would come up with. So it's an interesting situation, man. And it's gonna be interesting to see how this entire situation unfolds, and we find out whether or not this is true or not. But if this is true, if this come out to be anywhere true, I do think the punishment is gonna be severe. I do think the Clippers are gonna lose a lot of first-round picks. There's gonna be some suspensions in that front office. Someone might end up losing their job, and I think Kawhi Leonard gonna end up getting fined and probably a game or two suspension. I think that is what's gonna end up happening. I'm gonna go on and say it. I think it's true. I think this is going to end up being true. I think it is. I think it's gonna come be true, and there's gonna be some severity. It's gonna be a severe punishment. That is what I think. You guys tell me in the comment section if you think if you think this is real, and do you think something's gonna happen. I would love to hear what the others feel about this too. But let's go and head on to the next topic, man. We done talking about the Kawhi Leonard situation. So let's talk about some football. Football, man. Let's talk about some good old college football. So we saw how college football played out this past weekend. We saw week 1 of college football play out. We know Ohio State defeated Texas. Archie Manning, not a great performance. Had a pretty rough performance. I say in the fourth quarter, he started waking up a little bit. He started, looking better. But most of that game, he wasn't great, man. Wasn't great. And Texas ended up losing that game. And, of course, they ended up losing their number 1 spot. They went from number 1 to number 7. So it ain't bad. It's still in the top 10. But I called it, though. I said that when Ohio State won that game, they're going to be number 1 in the country. And they did. I called that part. So, BJ, if you're watching this podcast, man, I told you Ohio State was going to be number 1. I figured that was going to happen. I figured so, man. Hey, what's good, Tony? How you doing, bro? Yeah, man, I figured Ohio State would be number 1 from beating Texas. I just knew that was going to happen. So let's quickly talk about some of these games from the first week of college football. Man, I'm so happy football is back. Love some football, man. So Archie Manning and Texas lose to Ohio State. We're gonna quickly talk about Texas and Ohio State, man. We won't watch too much of the game. Just a little glimpse. We don't really need to see too much of that to know that he just didn't play well. He just didn't play well. It is what it is on that one. So let's get ready to put it up on the screen, man. I know last time I tried to run a video, it did not play well. Hopefully, problem solved. Looks like it is. All right. So, make sure the audio's on too. Yeah, it's on. It's on.
Welcome back to beautiful Columbus, Ohio, as we get you set for the biggest opening game in the history of college football.
So
it's
now,
Ohio State
trying to take
against
a nap.
Texas.
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Manning off his back foot, checks it down to the sideline. Ohio State prepared. Baxter wrestled down inside Ohio State territory.
So when you take a look at this game, man, Ohio State was cooking.
He's
Ohio State
behind the line of
cooking,
scrimmage.
They was
Wrapped
cooking.
him up quickly. Game
They
tackling.
was cooking.
LaFoul.
But I just want to really show
Manning
Texas struggle, man.
steps up in the
Manning,
pocket.
he was struggling, man.
Makes a
He
move,
was
and
struggling,
he'll be
bro.
tackled at the line
Manning
of
was
scrimmage.
just
Ohio
he wasn't
State
Peyton Manning, I know that.
squeezing
And he wasn't
freshman
Eli Manning.
at the 44.
He wasn't none of the legendary Mannings.
Saying
Ohio
lobs it up top.
money.
Incomplete over the shoulder grab. Littleton in coverage.
There is a flag
Right,
on
you
the field.
talking
It
about
is
Michael Parsons?
in the
I ain't
backfield.
not really too big in the NFL, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Personal foul.
I'm not that big in the NFL. I prefer college football. So.
2nd and 9 to the 28.
And not just
Say it.
I can't really get in the NFL as much.
Scrambles. And
I always
he
tell
will
everybody,
just
it's kinda
dump it
weird
out.
to say
Play a
that, too.
flag, though,
I prefer
thrown.
college over
Jeremiah
NFL.
Smith.
Holding on the defense, number 4. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
I was gonna talk about it, but I was like, I
Third
don't really
down
follow
and goal
NFL
at the
like
2.
this. I can't really say too much.
Donaldson.
But I am
Texas
surprised
getting
that
pressure. And they'll hand it off. Donaldson! Touchdown, Bucks!
Yes, sir.
C.J. Donaldson.
Yes, sir.
Texas 1 of 5 on 3rd down conversions. They need 10 here.
Crazy, man.
Manning
was struggling, man.
stepping up.
It was getting
And
him.
he's taken down behind the line of
Hey, I don't know
scrimmage.
what Texas whole line was at.
Reese.
They wasn't doing jack.
Bingo
to
in
Texas,
motion.
man, this game. But some of that was his
They'll
fault.
hand it off.
He just
Baxter
didn't perform
cuts
well,
it
man.
back. Trying to
Just didn't
power
step up the way you
forward.
needed
Got
to.
close. And he'll be down. Looks like at the 1-inch line. Gains about 2 yards on the play.
I mean,
Manning.
like I said,
Looks
I
like
think
they're gonna
Manning
do
really
the
stepped up better
pushed, and
in that fourth
they
quarter.
don't
But
get in.
first to third,
Ohio State does it again.
just wasn't there, man.
Nebraska, Penn State last year. And right now, Texas.
Ohio State just showed
And
why
so
they
I
won the
think
national
Ohio
title
State has
last year.
largely taken that away, Gus.
Play fake.
Manning, this ain't it though.
Manning, he'll throw it this time.
Told
Oh,
you.
it's intercepted.
Interception, I told you. Interception, man. You just didn't play
Matthews
well, man.
Jr..
It's just bad reading, man. Just didn't read the pocket there.
Saying, looking, goes deep,
man.
saying, take
Touchdown.
touchdown.
Hey, ain't nothing you can do.
Tater.
Ain't much your secondary can do in that situation, man.
This is a
That's
great
good
route.
defense. Ain't much you
He's
can
able
do.
to get behind the
Kinda got
defense,
left
and Jalen
behind,
Gilbo
man.
is just trying to
That
catch
defense
up.
was
Ball's
okay.
a
It
little
wasn't bad,
underthrown.
but-
How about the double
Yeah.
catch?
Your
Gilbo
receiver's
gets
lucky.
there. That's
You got
that
luck,
ball
man.
away
You got
initially,
this, man.
and Tate's got to catch it a
Yeah.
second time,
That's
and
a
he's able to
painful
haul
catch.
it into the end zone. I said he was going to make a crucial
Texas,
play
man.
or a
one
crucial
gotta hurt.
target in the fourth quarter. They
That's
go
got
to him
to hurt
early in
right
this
there.
fourth quarter.
I said it might be the
Manning
play. I think Manning was
sets,
starting to wake up.
guns, underneath.
Nope.
Intercepted.
Intercepted. That was another interception. I can't. Hey, man.
After video review, the pass is incomplete. The defender
All right, man. That was an interception. I low-key think
Let's
that
go to
was
Mike
an interception.
Pereira.
But still, though, you know. This is when Texas
Manning.
finally got on the board, at least.
In the end zone.
Dang.
Incomplete.
I thought there was a play that got on the board. I can't remember when
Arch
it was.
Manning.
He had a lot of incomplete
Guns it.
passes in this game. There you go.
Touchdown, Texas.
That's when they got on the board.
Livingstone. Can Ohio
And
State
that's
stay
all
on
they
the
scored.
field?
I don't think they scored no more. I don't
Saying,
remember-
under
remember.
pressure, underneath, caught,
Yeah,
but
that's
not
just
enough
coming
for the
to route,
first.
man.
Brandon Ennis.
So
You can
definitely
start
a
to
rough
ratchet up a
first
blitz
outing.
or a pressure.
Texas
Second
and
down
Archie
and 10 of the 15. Manning
if you're a
again
Texas
to the
fan, I
sideline.
wouldn't-
Big
I
throw.
wasn't too much worried,
Caught.
man.
Woo!
It's a
At
long
the
season.
45.
Game one. You got a
Jack
chance.
Hendricks.
You might not be number one in the nation anymore right now, but you got a chance to
Manning.
make up for it.
In trouble.
That-
Got it away. Caught, but not enough for the first.
Well, I say, bro, but it's like, yeah.
And Ohio State.
Ohio
wins.
took this game, though.
But
It
once
wasn't no
again,
blowout, but
does not
Ohio played
break.
their defense. They played good defense, man. You got to get Ohio State credit. They played good defense. So, just my thoughts on that one. Oh boy.
Look at this scene.
Oh, that's a little bit too long. So we got to get one a little bit shorter than that one. So let's talk about Alabama and Florida State. That disaster. You're doing Sport Time better covering. That is true. That is true, Tony. You're right about that. That is true. You need to cover everything. I'm gonna have to try to get into it, even though I ain't crazy about it. Yeah, Archie Man related to the man. He is. He's related to them. I want to say I think that's their nephew. I think that's he in the Manning family. He just didn't have the Manning performance on that one. It wasn't there. It was not there. It was rough to watch that game. Let's talk about this Alabama and Florida game. Boy. My Jesus. I'm talking about that was bad. That was bad, man. I'm trying to find one a little bit shorter because I don't really want to watch all that. That's a preview. Man, you got something a little bit shorter. Something a little bit shorter. We ain't trying to watch all of it. I guess we're going to take this one, man. It's a lot shorter.
On 4th and 1. Richard Young straight ahead, and the extra effort.
When I say it was
what
a
is going to
disaster,
earn
this game is a
Alabama
disaster.
the first down.
It ain't no way you Alabama. You don't lose to Florida State, man.
2nd and 3. Hill is going to be tackled for a loss as that front.
Yeah,
of
so yeah,
Florida
he
State
is.
was
He's
quick to
related
get
to him.
straight on
He's
to
one
him.
of the. I want to say I think that's their
And
nephew.
play of the drive. And again, they run the ball. And this time, it's Kevin Riley. Turning the corner into the end zone is Cuevas for the first Alabama touchdown of the season.
It's a nice play design by Ryan Grubb because the
Archie,
play fake is just going to
Archie
freeze
Manning,
their
legendary
safety
Archie
Ashland
Manning.
Walker
This
to
is
allow
grandpa.
Cuevas to get underneath it. This is a play that almost got to play
This
just a
was a
little bit
disaster, man.
faster.
This
You gotta be
game
on
was.
time.
Let me take this off the screen. This game was a disaster.
Jet motion.
It's just like, bro,
keeps it, and this is exactly
you're
what
Alabama.
he can do so well.
Florida State, man. This team only won 2 games last year.
Pass protection. Third down and 11.
Oh,
It
ain't
from
no way,
Bama.
man.
Castellanos launches it, and a
Beautiful
diving
catch.
effort
That
from
is a
Squirrel White.
beautiful catch. Perfect, man.
Here's
Oh,
Castellanos to the
no,
outside,
man.
inside the 5, dive
You can't let
into
that
that
happen,
end
man.
zone with a
You
stride.
can't let, bro, that whole side was weak on that side he ran.
Touchdown, Knowles.
This is when the whole Alabama collapse happened.
Tommy Castellanos.
Smalls on this
It
is
was
going
like
to
Kawhi
handle
Leonard
this
having looked
defender.
into it. I talked about that at the beginning of the show. But yeah, Kawhi Leonard is involved in a scandal situation where he was getting paid money under the table.
Just like that.
Like a company was giving him an endorsement deal to do Netflix. Almost like it was a fake deal to pay him money. That's what the situation about.
Ty Simpson, look at the time he has. As he gets it downfield to Bernard.
That's where it starts.
What do you see from your
I'm going to say it, man. For Alabama,
The explosive, right?
they have not been the same since Nick Saban left. They have not been the same. And that was expected. I was expecting the organization to come down to earth with Nick Saban left.
Here's a third.
But damn, man, I didn't expect this.
Pressure steps up.
That, man, he ain't going nowhere, bro. He ain't going nowhere, man. He ain't got nothing.
Started his career, then Castellanos.
I mean, like, this is just not Alabama standards here. This ain't roll time, man.
Here is Dancy now, and look
Lord,
at Dancy. How about it, Knowles?
If I was an Alabama fan, I would really begin to be. I would have been pissed
coming
right
in jet motion this way.
How you let this man run a jet on you, man?
Going this way.
Come on, y'all.
Heading that
Come
way.
on, man.
But the ball
Yeah, they ran a
back
jet
to the
on you,
left.
man.
When you talk about Mekhi Denzi, he's not just fast.
They ran the jet.
ACC record
Beautiful
holder
pass.
in the 400-meter dash.
O-line protecting
a
him.
four-time All-American.
He gone, man. This is not Alabama football as we watching. Look at this.
This time
Look
he hits
at
the
this.
hole.
He's
And
still
look at the
going.
218-pound true freshman.
Alabama in the
right
past
ahead
won't be
of
letting
the
this
Yeah, he was
happen.
really patient on that run.
Remember we told you about the staff.
Yeah, you think the NBA will get involved? Yeah, they're going to get
There was
involved.
a key
The
one
NBA is
for
going
Florida
to
State
get
that's
involved.
making an impact.
They got to.
already.
It's too much out there now. They got to. Lord, Hammers.
Tommy with a spin.
Yeah, Tony, the NBA got to
It's
get
another
involved, man.
first down.
They got to.
It is a
Because
college football Saturday
it's a
like this.
situation
Jake
you can't let
Weinberg
slide.
out to attempt
It's
the
in the news,
45-yard
it's in the
field
press.
goal.
They got to come out here and say something now. You got to investigate.
And the second field goal
See if there any
made
truth.
of his career.
If there is any
Castellanos,
truth,
the
you're gonna be
transfer quarterback,
conspiracy.
who was originally recruited to play for Malzahn, as Williams
Just
just
look at
picks
this
up
stuff.
Yeah,
Come on now, John.
that thing, that
What
snap.
you think is going to happen?
LSU
I think they're going to lose a bunch of first-round draft picks.
coming your way.
Some suspensions probably going to happen for people in the
Simpson.
front office. And Kawhi
Gets
Leonard
it
may get a
complete
punishment as
to
well.
Bernard. Jeremy Bernard. And
They're
the
going to definitely lose
cross
some first-round draft
midfield
picks.
and move the chain.
I can see about a couple of years of first round being taken away.
Castellanos
That's beautiful.
finds
He's
his
gone,
man
man.
in
He's
stride,
gone.
and it's Jalen
He's gone,
Lucas.
man.
Look at
You
Lucas
can't let
go.
that happen, man. Yeah, look at this, man.
Bray Hubbard finally tracks him down.
If you are an Alabama fan and you seen your defense getting shredded like this,
Short side of the field, trying to get the pylon, and he does.
get a new coach.
Listen to this place roar.
Get a new coach.
This is
It's just
here,
funny,
that's a tight
though.
end on the
If
left
you go on
side,
the
so they've
internet
got
right
all
now, you will
these
see
bodies
so
and
many
big
Alabama
bodies
fans
to the
saying
right of the
they
formation.
want
go
Nick
for it,
Saban
the
back,
quick
and I don't
pitch.
blame him. This guy
Florida
ain't
State
cutting
being
it.
physical.
This
We're
ain't
seeing a lot
Alabama
more in the slot
football
now than we did a
I
year
don't know
before.
what this is, but this ain't roll tide.
Second and
This ain't
17.
nothing to do with roll tide.
Simpson,
Come on, man.
he gets it.
Not a bad
complete,
kid.
and
Not
again,
bad.
it's
Not bad.
Bernard and Bernard pass midfield.
It's the fact they're getting
And that is
blown out, though,
exactly
man.
what they
For
needed
one,
to try to
everybody
spark
had
something
Alabama
and
winning
dig
this
out of this
game.
hole. Back half
The
of last
fact
season,
that they
tailed
losing
off the
is
wear and tear
shocker.
of the
And what
SEC
makes it even a
season.
bigger
And Florida
shocker,
State trying
they're
to
getting blown
punish them
out.
here in week number
They're
one.
getting their ass
Trey
whooped in this game.
Washington is met right at the line of scrimmage. And it sets
Alabama
up a third and
offense
11
wasn't
now
that
for the
bad.
tie.
Their defense was horrendous.
Man rush.
The defense
Simpson
was doing nothing.
gets it complete for a first down. Bernard again.
People was
He
already
is the
doing good
one
things in the season they
Alabama
started yet.
offensive player
Hey, man,
who
they
has been
took it to a new
reliable
level
today.
with these scandals right now.
Third and 15.
He ain't got nothing, man.
Oh,
Oh,
ball's
what?
out.
This dude done threw the football away.
And
Lord
Parker
have
Brashford,
mercy.
the center, is able to
Man,
scoop
through
it
the football with that. That should have
for the
been
40-yard field goal
turned into a
attempt.
point. Honestly, this game was a disaster, man.
And he puts it
It
through.
is hard to
And
believe
so
Alabama choked this game.
Marching Chiefs spelling out Corso as well. Ty Simpson now with the ball back, and he is sacked. He is brought down
That's
by
crazy,
Thompson.
man.
And keep it on the ground.
I probably need to get off this then. Let me get off the highlights. I might not can't show that part. So let me take it off the screen. I probably should have showed it with no sound too. I probably should have did that. Let me see if it came back up though. I'm take this part off right now. Let's just take this part off right now. And we'll put it back on the stop sharing that screen. Let's put it back on just the rankings since they're doing that. Let me see if it's back online. Let me see. Mm-hmm. All right, should come back. Should come back. Now I took it off. I sat there and took it off the screen. Man, you can't show highlights now. Wow. There we go. We back. Yeah, we back, man. We back. There we go. There we go. Had to take it off, man. So, it is what it is. You can't show highlights. They don't want me to show highlights. So, we had to stop. But, saw how that played out. Alabama was getting whooped. They were getting whooped. They lost pretty bad, man. They lost pretty bad. Alabama lost 31-17. That is horrendous. That is absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous, man. So Alabama was ranked number 9. They even still in the ranking. They are. So Alabama went from number 9 all the way down to 21 after losing that game. They went all the way down to 21. So it could have been worse for Alabama, honestly, to go get your ass whooped to Florida State of all people. It could have been worse, and you could have not been ranked anymore. But going from 9 to 21, yeah, you fell down by a lot. And I can easily say, you lose another game, you probably going to be unranked. Oh, yeah, they got you. Oh, yeah, they did. They got me. They got me on that one. So, goodbye. Goodbye to the highlights, everybody. I tried to show y'all some highlights of these college football games. I tried. They won't let me. So, I'm going to have to figure out a way to work around it. Maybe I'll try playing the highlights with no sound. Maybe that'll make a difference. I don't know. But I tried. I tried to help y'all out. If you want to see the highlights that was shown before they got me, go back and look at it. I tried, man. I tried on that one. But yeah, man, Alabama dropped to 21. I hear you two guys. That might be one of their new strict rules. I'm gonna have to check out their new rules. I need to read into it so I can see what we can and can't do now since they got stricter. All right, so moving on from Alabama debacle, we got another one I want to talk about, and then we're gonna talk about my school, my university. I got a lot to say about the college I went to. They got their ass whooped this past weekend too. I got a lot to say about them. But before we get to them, we got one more team I need to talk about first. The University of North Carolina. They went out here and embarrassed themselves. They went out here and did absolutely nothing. When I say they did nothing, they did nothing. This is what I saw when I watched the game too. Just to give y'all a heads up, I watched the North Carolina game. I watched it pretty much from beginning to end. This is what you got in the game. 48-14. Michael Jordan's in the house. Another legendary person who played for UNC. I can't think of his name. I think it was Taylor something. He was in the house. You had two major people in your building, and you went and got your ass whooped by TCU. What? I'm hearing they're going to a monetized channel that don't have original content. Well, I don't make no money, so it don't matter to me, man. I ain't like I'm getting no money right now. But it's good to know that if I would have one day start making money. So at least I know that. Man, how about University of North Carolina and Belichick go get embarrassed? How in the world, man? How in the world, bro? Bill Belichick, you gotta explain to me, bro. Bill, what happened? What happened? And make it funny, the starting quarterback for the University of North Carolina, I don't know the guy personally, but I do know what school he used to play for before he transferred to North Carolina. Because the school he used to play for, they starting quarterback, played in the same conference that my college played in. So I already knew a lot about Gio Lopez. And I was like, Gio Lopez, your starting quarterback? He's pretty good. But he just got the coming from the Sun Belt. You got a Sun Belt person starting. Okay. That's interesting. Oh, like channel that react to other people's content. Oh, gotcha. People who do that type of content. So that's what's gonna end up affecting them. Gotcha. Ooh, they really are getting strict about their rules. I see. So North Carolina, you got a lot of explaining to do. Now, before anybody come here in the chat, or maybe after this live stream, and be like, legend, North Carolina ain't known for football. I know that. I know that part. I know North Carolina is not known for football. I hear that part. But you can't tell me that we didn't think they're going to go get their ass whooped like this. You can't tell me you expected that. You expected that, Sco? Anybody out there expected this Sco when they played? Come on now. Don't get me wrong. TCU was not scrubs. TCU was in a national championship game just a few years ago. So that's not a scrub school. That's a good football school. But I would have think this game would be more competitive than this. And let alone you got Michael Jordan, the GOAT of basketball, in your building. And you went to this game. You went to this game, Belichick, and they went and spanked you. They went and spanked. They were beating you so bad in the third quarter. Most of the students were leaving. They was going home. They seen enough. You know, there's a funny video out here right now that the announcers for North Carolina, they put a dog in the doggone box to talk about the game. They actually put a headset on the dog so he can do the game. Because the announcer was like, I'm done with this game. You got it. Let the dog talk. Let him bark into the control. He can talk and do the rest of this game. There's nothing to talk about. It's that bad. This is what I got to say about the new era of the new era University of North Carolina. This team better at least win 5 games this year. I'm gonna say that. I take that back. This team better make a bowl game. That's a bad start for this season. To go get whooped like that was embarrassing. You're better than that. And the first thing that I'm seeing a lot of people already say is that Belichick, he's not about winning anymore. He ain't nothing without Tom Brady. I hear that one a lot, that he can't win without Tom Brady. Maybe that's true, because when Tom Brady left, he couldn't win. There might be some truth to that. Tom Brady is not about to walk into that locker room at University of North Carolina to help them. He ain't coming. I can tell you that. And then the part I hear the most about him is the distraction with that young girlfriend of his, that Jordan girl. Hear a lot about that too, about the young girlfriend who's pretty much the same age as a lot of your players. A 70-year-old man, hey, he can do what he want, He like what he like, but that is kind of a distraction too. You got a girl who about their age on the sideline with you. That's kind of odd. But are the Tar Heels a good team? They're not a football team. I mean, they decent, but they ain't great. They decent, Tony, but they ain't great. I say University of North Carolina ain't known for football. It's gonna always be a basketball school, but you just expect more than what happened in that Monday night game, because you have Bill Belichick, you have a legendary coach who won all them Super Bowls. You would think you'll do better than that, but that's not what happened. Now, if you would ask me what happened, what went wrong in this game, their defense was terrible. Just point blank simple. Bill is known for historic defense in the NFL. He's known for running lockdown defense on all his football teams. Sure didn't see that on Monday night. Them boys in TCU was having field day. They was having field day. That's why that score is that big. They was having field day. Isn't this his first game? It is. It is his first game, which is why I'm not going to, destroy him as badly as a lot of people have. But there are a lot of people who don't think he's going to last. I don't know if he's going to last or not. I don't know. I think it's too soon to say that part. But I will say after 5 games, you'll pretty much know how this season's going to go. After 5 games. Let me see if I can pull up the box score. And look at this. This is one of the things that hurt him. You can't let nobody run on you that much, man. That's too much. They basically almost ran 300 rushing yards on you. That's pretty bad, man. Now, I'm going to say this. They'll improve. I think they'll get better. North Carolina should have one goal this season. Win 6 games, get to a bowl game. Do I think North Carolina going to be a ranked team? No. Hell no. They ain't got that type of talent. They ain't going to do that. They would do good enough just to be just to be a team that makes a bowl game. That's it. They're going to be a team that's good enough to play in the postseason bowl games. That's all they're going to be. They're not a top-ranked team. They're not a 1 through 25 ranked team. They ain't none of that. They ain't got that type of level. They ain't got that type of competition level on that team. But they should at least be able to win 6 games. So the clock is ticking. A lot of people wrote Bill off already before this season even started because of the debacle with his girlfriend, that young girlfriend of his and all. I'm not going to overreact to him, saying that he should be fired, any of that. Like, no, I'm not going that far. It's game 1. Give him some time to adjust to the college life. But by game 5, you will know how this season is going to play. You're going to know if this season is going to be ugly, decent, or amazing. Amazing to me would be making the playoff, so I don't expect that. But I think it can be a good season. Good season, make a bowl game. That'd be a good season. Make a bowl game and win it. I think that's possible. Or have a decent season. Make the bowl game and don't win it. I think the season will be a failure if you don't win 6 games and be playing in the postseason. So anything below 6 is a failure to me. This team should at least get 6 wins. 6 wins. So, Bill, pressure's on you, man. You got to get 6 wins. But this right here, this rushing yards, you got to get that down, man. You got to get that down. That's too high. TCU was running all over you. Too high. Y'all passing game was a little high too. But, total yards, too big of a difference. That rushing yards is ridiculous, though. That's ridiculous, that rushing yard. You can't do that, man. You can't do that. So let's go into the last conversation for the night. And then I'm going to get ready to go to bed because I have to get ready to go to work tomorrow. So the last topic for the night. I got to talk about my college now. I have to talk about my college. I love my college. I love my university. But I got to give them the smoke. Because what I saw this past weekend is unacceptable. That game should have never happened. So let's talk about what happened. So let's pull up Fresno State. So this is my university, the college that I graduated from with my bachelor's and master's degree. The school that I went to. Georgia Southern University played against Fresno State in California this past weekend. We got another California game this weekend too. We're playing against USC. Playing against USC in Memorial Stadium. So we lost this past weekend. A game that I'm gonna say we could have won. We was favorites to win this game. And we lost to Fresno State 42-14. Now I'm gonna tell you why I'm disappointed in this loss. One, we should not have lost that big. That score should not be in that way. You know why that score is so big? I'm gonna tell you why. Go to the stats, because the stats tell exactly what happened. This is what happened. Them rushing yards is what did in my school. My school had no shot to win this game when you are giving up 351 rushing yards. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Them boy was running right through you. I watched that whole game, man. Well, I watched most of the second half. The first half, the team did pretty good. The first half, the team was on point, man. I had no problem with them. Offense was on point. Defense was getting stops. We was doing good the first half. Honestly, at the end of the first half, we was winning this game by 1 at halftime. So I already knew this game was going to be tight. I did not expect in the second half we were not going to score anymore and our defense was going to get eaten up for lunch. Them boys ran through our defense like there was no tomorrow. I mean, just boom, just running right through it. Just running about 7-8 yards easily. That is terrible defense. The secondary defense to me did good. We did good going against the receivers. I had no problem with the secondary. They did their job. I got a problem with our D-line. That's what I got a problem with. I got a problem with our defensive line. I got a problem with our linebackers. They didn't do nothing. You let them boys run right through you, man. Them rushing yards shouldn't be that big. That's pitiful. That is pitiful, man. That is what I'm disappointed on. That passing yard, we were pretty much balanced on that one. Got no problem with it. All them total yards, most of them total yards came from rushing, man. That's what it came from, rushing. Third down efficiency, we about the same. Nothing too big on that one. First downs, yeah, they had a lot more first down than us. Got to improve on it. We had too many punts. That let me know. I'm going to tell you how we know our offense really got stagnant and went downhill the second half. Look at all them punts. We got 7 punts. It's not bad, but we could have cut that down, man. We could have definitely cut that down. We only throw 1 interception, so I'm proud of that part. The interception part has definitely gotten better. So that's an improvement. But the defense is a continued issue, man. This defense has got to get fixed. That is exactly why I said with a lot of my alumni buddies, 3 years in a row, man, with this defense being absolute ass. Fire the defense coordinator and go get us a really good DC. I'm tired of watching teams run over us like that on the Russian side. For some reason, we just cannot handle teams that can run the ball well. We just don't. We just get shredded like cheese, man. It makes no sense that our defense, that our front line can easily get ran through. That's terrible. That is pitiful. Is that your team? That is my school. Georgia Southern, that is my school. That is the school that I graduated from. We should have not lost to Fresno State like this. Honestly, I think we should have beaten them, but the defense failed us. The defense didn't do nothing, and then the offense got stagnant. Shout out to another YouTuber who does content on Georgia Southern. There's a YouTuber who talks pretty much Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons. He said his stuff about Georgia Southern is that they have no identity, and they don't. It looked like they're still figuring out who they are. This defense situation should not still be happening. This happened last year. This happened the year before that. I should not be seeing this in 2025. What I've been seeing since 22, 23, and then last year. I should not still be seeing this. Georgia Southern needs to be competing for a conference title in the Sun Belt Conference. Georgia Southern needs to be competing to at least be ranked number 25 in the nation. You need to be competing for that. We should not be out here getting whooped by Fresno State. Like, come on, man. This is a game that was winnable. Now, the game they're going to play this weekend against USC, I'm going to go on and say it. We're going to lose that game. I'm going to keep it real. We're going to lose that game. We have absolutely no shot of beating USC. That's a loss. The only way I'm going to say you got a shot is that defense going to completely change. If that defense is going to sit here and flip to the defense that I want to see, okay, we might can probably not win this game, but make it real competitive. Make it tight. Make it interesting. But if you're gonna play defense like this, no, you're gonna go get your ass whooped this Saturday. It's just that simple. We can't play defense like that, man. Secondary got to have some help. So I need my linebackers. I need my defensive backs. How about y'all wake up and play some defense, man? Lock them up. Dude should not be able to run right through you like a sheet of paper. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely disgusting to see that part. You're better than that. We should be competing for the Sun Belt Conference title. We are a Division I team in the Sun Belt Conference. Act like it, Southern. Act like it. I'm not saying Fresno State is sorry, because they're not. But this score should have not happened. If we were gonna lose this game, then it should have been a close game. It should have been tight. But what makes me so angry about this is that we was the favorites. We were the favorites to win this game. I was really hoping that we would win last weekend, we'll lose to USC, and we'll come back home for the home game next week, 1-1. That'd been perfect. Then we'll be looking to win both the home games and be 3-1 with 3 games away from being bowl game eligible. That's what I was hoping for. But that is gone now, because we're going to most likely lose this game Saturday, and we're going to go to next weekend home games being 0-2. And those 2 home games are must win. You can't afford to lose them. You have to win both them home games. You got to. It's a must. You need them. If you lose them games, oh boy, it's gonna be ugly in Statesboro. I'm gonna say it. Clay Hilton, the coach of Georgia Southern. When you go down 0-2 when you lose this upcoming weekend and being 0-2, if you lose one of those home games, I guarantee you, Clay Hilton, you're gonna probably be fired, man. I'm calling it. Go blow that Jacksonville game. I think you'll win the main game. That Jacksonville State game, the one I'm like, you could sit here and lose that. You lose that, you're probably fired, because that is unacceptable at that point. Unacceptable. And what makes it worse, you have to play James Madison. Let's pull up the Georgia Southern schedule up real quick. There we go. Let's pull up their schedule. Not there. There we go. There we go. Take that out of the way. So this is just the football schedule. This is our football schedule for this season. So we know we got USC this Saturday. That's a loss. So all right, just come out of that game healthy, man. Get out of that game healthy. So we got Jacksonville. We need to win that game. Maine, you need to win that game. James Madison, I'm going to put a question mark by James Madison. I have no idea what will happen with James Madison. James Madison is a really good team. If you never heard of them, go check them out. They are one of the best teams in the Sun Belt Conference. They're actually one of the best G5 teams in the country. Check them out. Southern Miss won't be an easy game, but we need to win that game. Georgia State, you better win this game. That is our rival, and they suck. You better beat them. We ain't losing homecoming. Don't lose homecoming to your rival. That will make me mad that will make me angry. If we go lose to Georgia State at home for our homecoming, don't lose that game. Georgia State is terrible this season. They're going to be at the bottom. That is a guaranteed win. You're going to take care of your business. Don't lose that game. Do not lose homecoming, Southern. Okay. Arkansas State. That's winnable. App State. That is winnable. Coastal Carolina. They're in pretty bad shape. You should win that game. Old Dominion. Certainly won't be easy, but should win that game. Should win that game if we handle our business. Marshall should win that game. Marshall just got their butt whooped by Georgia last Saturday. Like literally. Marshall just got embarrassed last Saturday. So we need to handle our business, man. We need to go into these games and handle our business. I'm just going to go on and say it. We should at least be 9-3. The only games on here that I see us lose, I say us losing is, we already lost this one, so that's one. The only other two games I can see us like guaranteed, I won't say guaranteed, but very high chance of losing. Oh, I should say the games I understand if you were to lose. It's USC and James Madison. I understand losing those two. I ain't going to be mad about that. These other games, I will be mad about because those are winnable. Those are winnable, and you have to win those games, man. You have got to win those games. So, Georgia Southern got some work to do, man. They got some work to do. They got some games they got to win. You got to figure it out, man. You got to come win these games. You can't have another Fresno State moment. Just saying, man. We need to win. So 9-3 should be the goal. 8-4 is probably the ceiling, but give me the time for me to go to bed now. So 9-3 is what we need to aim for. 9-3 or better. 8-4 is like the worst we should be. 8-4. But we'll see how the rest of this season play out. Hopefully, Georgia Southern defense does improve or trying to make some changes. It's that simple, man. Just that simple. But we finna gonna get ready to end this stream, man. It's already late. I don't stream for an hour, and I am like getting sleepy. So I'm finna gonna get ready to call it a night. But I want to say thank you to everyone who stopped by, who hung out with me. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this sports show tonight, if you enjoyed the stream, hit that like button for me. And if we have anybody who's new that's watching this stream or maybe watching now or watching this stream after the live, hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the content. Come on, join the party. All right, bro. All right, Tony, you take it easy, man. You have a good night, fam. And like I say, if we have anybody new, you enjoyed the show, hit that like button. If we got anybody who is new and really do like the content and want to see more of my content, hit that subscribe button. Greatly appreciate you. But we're going to go and end this stream right here. This is I Got Next Sports Media. And we'll be back with another show either tomorrow or the next day talking about the path to the NBA Finals for the Atlanta Hawks. Appreciate everyone. Have a great night, guys.